Okay, bit of a lazy video today. Let me just close this off because we're going to be speaking about this little piece of news from LSS, mainly the UPF style stuff, because this is something that we have experimented with in the past. But yeah, my name's Az from Go Again Gaming. Welcome back, and I keep saying we are going to try and do more regular videos, but life just gets in the way. I'm very busy at the moment, doing a lot of things outside of the world of Flesh and Blood, but still loving this game and loving the updates that comes around every now and again. And this is one of them, because this has implications across casual play and multiplayer play going forward, and some speculation behind it as well. So, first of all, if you're new here, please make sure you like and subscribe and click the little bell notification if you want to be notified of any future videos. Thanks to all my patrons who help develop and invest in this channel going forward. We're going to have a lot of footage from Worlds coming up soon. Unfortunately, Red Zone Rogue can't make it, which is a bit of a shame. So it's going to be me and Bill living it up in Barcelona. So you're going to see a lot of footage, including Bill, for sure. But anyway, stay tuned for that. It's going to be good fun. Worlds is just around the corner. Anyway, Ultimate Pit Fight rules updated. So this is a massive thing. Now, for people that have been following Go Again Gaming for a while, you know that I have dabbled in Ultimate Pit Fight gameplay. And there's going to be one more episode of Ultimate Pit Night, which was like the revamped Ultimate Pit Fight series that I was trying to do. But those episodes take way too long for the sort of return that you get on the video, right? They are great pieces of content. I do take a lot of pride in them, but I just do not have the time to spend 70, 80 hours on one video for it to get 400 views. So I just don't, unfortunately, have the time for that. But Ultimate Pit Fight content, the people that are doing it regularly, the Table Pit, are absolutely smashing that scene. So definitely go and check them out if you're a fan of Ultimate Pit Fight. But that being said, I do have a lot of footage that I'm going to be uploading from previous Ultimate Pit Fight games, so you can expect that. And the cosplay special will be the last fully edited 70-hour game, 70-hour work video that I'm going to put out for Ultimate Pit Fight. Who knows what will happen in the future? But yeah. So stay tuned for that. But one of the games that was played in this sort of series and sort of episodes that never came to pass was an Uprising special. So it included the old sort of Ultimate Pit Fight crew that obviously were helping me put out these videos and sort of partake in these battles. So that was the Living Legends podcast crew and DM Armada. So you got me on Viscerai. We got Bill on Phi, Red Zone Rogue on Dromai, and Stephen, of course, on the Wizard, Icelander. And this game is actually, funnily enough, where we incorporated some of these rules that have now come to pass. So yeah, we're going to look at these rules now. And as you can see on the screen here, Ultimate Pit Fight rules updated around the table. So I'll just read it out, but then I'll sort of I'll explain how this works and where it was used in these upcoming videos. So to accommodate the latest set of rule-breaking cards from around the table, the comprehensive rules is getting a massive update, but we're also updating the rules for UPF, specifically the rules that allow you to only target players to your left or right. So UPF used to have the rules where you can only target the person to your left and the person to your right. Now, in this Uprising game that we played just after Uprising released, nearly a year or so ago now, right? We ruled it that Stephen, DM Armada, was playing Icelander, and he had certain abilities and spells that allowed him to target any hero, or target, well, back then you wasn't allowed to do that, but basically Stephen was allowed to interact. If he had a spell that said deal 1 damage or 2 damage to target hero, or target whatever, he was allowed to target Bill, who he wouldn't be able to target anyway, because Stephen was sat between me and Red Zone Rogue Kel, so he couldn't actually target Bill. But in this game, we ruled it so that he could do that. because I believe there was a few interactions that said target hero or target whatever, and we have now ruled it that you can, in this game at least, that you could do that. And it's the same with Rune Chance as well. I was playing Viserai, and I think Rune Chance also say target. Target. I think it's what do Rune Chance say? Let's have a look, shall we? FAB. I can't remember the precise ruling, but what we basically said was that Rune Chance could also target any hero as well. Target opposing hero. So that basically says... So that's the thing, right? Rune Chance as well. When it says deal 1 damage to target opposing hero, does that mean any hero? Because also, look, if you look at these here... if an effect explicitly allows you to target any hero, you may target any hero in the game. So what about Rune Chance then? So this says target opposing hero. I guess that would be any hero, right? What about the examples here? This says target hero. This says choose new targets. Target any opposing hero. So this one here, Evo Techloscope. Your blaster attacks can target any opposing hero. This one says 1 damage to target opposing hero. So that doesn't say that any, does it? So I guess that would probably wouldn't work. But we ruled it in this game that Rune Chance could also do that. You could target any hero with it because it says target opposing hero, and in a game of UPF, opposing hero is all of them, right? So maybe that's another thing they could revisit or look at in the article, because opposing hero could mean everything as well, right? But, you know, who knows? Maybe Rune Chance just blow up to the left and right. They can't target the far thing, because maybe Rune Chance are just like a melee attack. They're not really ranged, are they, I guess? But yeah, that's a wild tangent straight away. What do you think about Rune Chance? Leave a comment in the section below whether that could be something that could be changed as well, because that says opposing hero. But then opposing hero is not any, is it? It's opposing. So maybe opposing could sort of suggest that they're to your left and to your right, not the one that's furthest away. But yeah, any hero. So any if an effect allows you to target any hero, like forked lightning, for instance, deal 2 arcane damage target hero, deal 2 arcane damage target hero, you can target anybody with that now, which is pretty good. And I think we did a similar thing with one of Icelander's spells. If I just type in wizard here, it should say the same thing. I think it was the Aether Dart, perhaps. Stephen used one of these. I think it might have been Aether Hail, actually. It was either Aether Hail or Aether Ice Vein, because he was playing Icelander, and we ruled it that these cards could be played at any target, 4 damage to any target. Now, on this thing here, on this article, it doesn't say anything about target. If an effect explicitly allows you to target any hero, you may target any live hero in the game. So I guess 2 arcane damage to target hero, 2 arcane damage to any target. That is still differences in text. So that's another thing as well that doesn't make sense, because all of these also are 2 damage to any target, 5 damage to any target, 4 damage to any target. So all of these Icelander spells, all of these other wizard spells are damage to any target. So that would also suggest that you can't actually use it with these new rules. So let me just type in target hero for a moment. Okay, so these are the ones you can use with the new rules. 1 arcane damage to target hero. So if it says target hero, like these ones, that is where you can target anybody. So the old school wizard spells, arcane damage to target hero, etc., etc. Target hero. So the new sort of errata with any target, those don't mean the same thing as target hero. I think that's what that's probably getting at, because all of these are target hero. This one here, what does this one say? Yeah, again, deal 5 arcane damage to any target. If 8th Ice Famous Fusion deals damage to a hit, okay. Yeah, this one's any target as well, look. Any target, not target hero. This one is 3 damage to target hero, so that one works. So yeah, there's a lot of cards that do work with the target hero text. If an effect explicitly allows you to target any hero, you may target any live hero in the game. So I guess the opposing heroes and the any target spells do not work if you want to try and fire a spell at someone who's diagonal across the table from you. It has to say target hero. Thanks for discovering that with me today, by the way, because I'm just spitballing here. I'm just reading the article and discovering it, but I'm sort of bringing up valid points which could be also revisited in the future if stuff gets errated again, because opposing hero is probably not going to be used anymore. I think they are going to be using things like any target hero or any hero or any opposing hero, etc. It's not just the opposing hero anymore, because we're not speaking about 1v1. We're not speaking about the 1v1 implications anymore. I think they are going to start, and they obviously have shown this already, going to start designing for casual and multiplayer games to make sure that cards can work in both. So it's going to be fun. Second point on here is if an effect explicitly targets 2 or more heroes, you may target any live hero in the game. So if it's like a multiple widespread effect, you can choose who that hits, which that makes sense, because that's like a wide AoE attack. So if something targets 2 or more heroes, you can aim it at the diagonal player across from you, and then it spreads to the left or the right of that hero, basically. So that makes sense. Sort of like widespread splash damage, splash effects, big bazooka attacks like this Apocalypse Automaton. You know, that is something that's going to hit multiple people, and that makes sense for sure. And then if it says, if an effect allows you to change the target of an attack effect, you may choose any legal target for the attack effect. So again, with Taipanis, I think this is just, and I think we also played it, because there is a game that I'm going to be releasing again. It's just going to be the Discord call. It's probably not going to be the full edited stuff. I played with Ian from Right Time Gaming, and he was playing Taipanis. And I think we also ruled it in that game that he could change the target to anybody rather than just a target of his left or right. But this article suggests that that is the case. If an effect allows you to change a target of an attack or effect, you will only choose any legal target for the attack or effect. So that would mean that you can only actually target the left or right. But I guess that also makes sense, because you wouldn't want to redirect the damage to yourself, would you? Because obviously this one says the first time each turn another hero becomes a target of a source that would deal lethal damage, you may discard a red card, and if you do, choose new target. So I guess you wouldn't want to choose yourself anyway for that. Yeah, I think that makes sense. I don't know where I was going with that, but I think that's pretty much still the same. I think Taipanis, if for the first time each turn, another hero becomes the target of a source that would deal lethal damage. Another hero, so I guess that encompasses all heroes. You can then choose new targets for that source. So you can only target the players to your left and the right with Taipanis' ability. You can only redirect that to the left or right, I think. I don't know. Fuck knows. But it's nice to see that they're clearing it up, but there's probably still a little bit of confusion here for sort of numbnuts like me. But I don't have the big brains to play Taipanis anyway, to be honest. But just wanted to point out this new change, because it's something that we were experimenting with a long time ago anyway, with regards to like targeting any heroes and all this. And a lot of people have probably already experimented with being able to block for your not your allies, but the other players around the table. And I think UPF is still very much in the hands of us as players, very much like Commander was back in the day, right? Commander was just a Magic the Gathering format that people adopted and people sort of honed and tuned and made that sort of experience better for everybody. I think obviously the Round the Table product has got a lot of people looking at UPF and looking at multiplayer and looking at the casual aspects and the social aspects of playing Flesh and Blood. But that is still very much up for discussion and experimentation. I mean, I threw out an idea on the Living Legends podcast recently with regards to the whole hidden role thing. I think a hidden role sort of gameplay mechanic could be really good. Leave a comment in the section below as to if you remember what the hidden role thing was with Magic the Gathering. I can't remember what that format or idea was called. Maybe it was called like, I can't remember what it was called. Not Kingdoms, not Emperor, it was something else. But basically you had a king, you had an assassin who was trying to kill the king, you had a guard, like a guard who was trying to protect the king at all times, and then you had some bandits as well that were basically just doing whatever they wanted to do. And all roles were hidden. So nobody knew who was trying to do what. They could only sort of deduct what they were trying to do by the actions they were taking on the table. So I think that could also be quite a cool thing to add to Ultimate Pit Fight. Yeah, Table Pit, if you're watching this, maybe try something like that, like a hidden role UPF game. That could be quite cool, I think. But because that adds more sort of intrigue to it as well, and you don't know what someone's intentions might be, rather than just the numbers and the life totals being the thing that wins you the game. You might have some other scenarios in there where you have to kill the king to win, or all this sort of stuff. And having that hidden roles really does sort of make the game more interesting. That's why board games and sort of semi-co-op games, per se, where everyone is potentially working together, but everybody has their own hidden objectives, everybody has their own hidden agendas. That could be something which UPF could be good for, rather than just putting everybody in a pit and then fighting out for the person who, the last person standing who's on more life than anybody else. I think it could be more involved than just that. Another thing about all of these changes is PvE as well. There's going to be a lot more changes needed and sort of widespread erratas for when PvE comes out. So I imagine that's probably why they're trying to sort of streamline these rules and make sure that everybody can sort of understand them better. Although I think there's a lot of cards out there at the moment which say different things, so they can be interpreted different ways. But I think most of it has been streamlined well enough. So if we just look at this again, if you just type in February target hero, it comes up with all of the spells, all of the stuff that will actually allow you to attack someone diagonally from you. If it says target hero, any target is completely different. So if you look at any target, Aether Dart, thrill damage to any target, that does not count as being able to attack someone diagonally, which is a little bit of a shame, because I think target hero and any target is pretty much the same thing. So maybe they probably haven't missed that, to be honest. Maybe they've just left it so that any target, for a reason, cannot attack someone diagonally from you. But I don't think there would be an issue with this. I don't think there would be an issue with allowing all of these any targets to attack someone diagonally. And they're basically all wizard spells as well, right? Or stuff that is ranged attacks. So it makes sense that these things can attack someone diagonally, because they're ranged attacks, they're spells. So maybe that's something that they could also look at, perhaps. But I don't know. Maybe there's a reason for this. Any target is not the same as any hero, so that's something that's not on the article. So that's not clear, unfortunately. Any target is not on there, but yeah, that's it. I just wanted to get my thoughts over across today. I mean, these are pretty raw thoughts with regards to this article, but that's just the nature of Go Again Gaming, isn't it? I've probably gone off the rails a couple of times here and confused you there, and confused myself probably as well. But if you like the raw sort of content, if you like the sort of no bullshit content, then just subscribe. That would be fantastic. There's going to be a lot of videos coming out over the sort of next month or so with regards to Worlds. I am taking my laptop to Worlds as well, so there's probably going to be a Living Legends podcast with me and Bill sat in front of a camera like this, and then Kel as well on the call while we're there, so you can expect that. And there's going to be a lot of vlog content. There's also going to be the Worlds versus Spain football match, which I should be getting the kits today, actually, so I might be able to post a tweet later showing those off. But But yeah, it's going to be good stuff. It's going to be a great end to the year. Yeah, well, I can't wait to do it all over again next year as well. Next year is going to be interesting. Probably going to be, I don't know, it depends where Worlds is next year, but I want to try and cut down the Switzerland trip, which, you know, thank you to all the patrons and all the people that contributed to the raffle, hit me hard this year. It was quite an expensive trip with regards to, it's very expensive in Switzerland. So I'm going to try and maybe do 2 trips next year, one for Worlds and then one for a Living Legends meetup, perhaps. Maybe Canada, we'll see. But yeah, I digress. I'm just going off on a wild one now. But anyway, thanks very much for tuning in. Please make sure you like and subscribe and, you know, hit the little bell notification. You'll be notified of future videos. But that is pretty much it. Thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in. And we'll see you next time to do it all over again here on Go Again Gaming. Cheers. That's it.